the Mystic Racing League!
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Technical issues have been resolved. We're here on the Precision Production Network here. 19 laps into 113 already at Talladega. Been a fun one so far. You've seen it all here, just without our beautiful voices serenading you all the way around this racetrack. Should be 1 to green here. We can get these things back underway. Again, apologies for the technical inconvenience, but we are back here with the announcer voices. You're just going to have me tonight, so you're going to have to suffer through it here for the next 100 or so laps, but I think we'll make do. We got DJ Lyons behind the scenes here, making sure that we got this thing up and running for you. See the 93, bring it down pit road here. This is going to be interesting. Giving up the lead, potentially a penalty. There, Christian Barnes will now inherit that first spot on the inside line. Jackson Hautala on the outside. We are moving and shaking here as we go and take the green flag. Outside line, much more organized. 4, 5, 6, 7, all tied together. Barnes all by his lonesome. He's going to get a little push here from the 21. I believe that is Brock. It sure is. Is off of turn number 2. Outside lane's got the momentum. But here comes Barnes on the bottom, gets that big push even into turn number 3. Be clear by 1. Maybe Brock will get clear as well as we get right close to the ground here and watch those cars scream by. 27 is clear by 1, has his choice of lane. He's going to stick right there on that double yellow. Got Brock pushing him. Andy Barry's up here as well. Outside line surges back. 3 wide, a little further back. I think they got it sorted out back there, but Brock now is your leader by 1. It's going to be like this all day, folks. Back and forth, back and forth. How about that top side? Is that Espy in the 16? Saw this a lot last night as I was spotting for AER. Also saw it a lot on Wednesday. Drivers making that third lane work and driving straight to the front. Inside lane's clear by 2. Oh, big block by the 96. Seen a lot of that this week as well. Able to keep everything moving. Nobody having to lift too hard there. 33 goes to the inside. I believe that was Wednesday's winner. It was, in fact, Brad Nelson making that move. Pacing's a little bit different than what I've seen throughout the week here, so bear with me if I get some of these names wrong, but I think we are on the right track so far. Outside lane trying to figure it out. They're a little bit out of shape here, and the inside lane is definitely pulling away. Yeah, make it 5, 6, 7. I'm going to bail out of that top side right now. Looks like Andrew Allen does just that. Can't tell who's quite leading that lane right now. Maybe Holston, if I'm reading that number right. They're not efficient right now. Got Brad Nelson all over that bumper. Espy as well, but cars are bailing out left and right. There's a look at that leader on the outside who's got hung out to dry. Now it's 3 up there, and I don't think that's quite going to be enough. 13 in the middle here. And they're trying to make it work. Nelson now going to try and lead that lane. Try to get reorganized. Oh, Barnes got shuffled way out of line. That is absolutely going to destroy the outside lane. They're still trying to sort it out. Might be 4 wide here. Nelson decides better of it. Right choice. 3 wide still as the outside lane now starts falling back here. 23 laps into 113.90 to go this time at the line. Must be closing out on stages pretty soon, I would imagine. Yeah, stage at lap number 30, they're saying in my ear, so that is not terribly far away. Want to be in that top 5 to get those stage points. That inside lane clearly dominant right now, and excellent efficiency. Hautala and Barry doing a great job. You need 3 cars, really, to make a line work. It's those front 3 that are just so important. The leader holding that steady line, as you see Isaac Brock able to do right there. Hautala's got to stay right up on the back bumper. Obviously not there right now as the outside line gets that run. And Andy Berry got to stay close to Hautala, but don't touch him. You can't push the pusher. That's when things get sideways, but same thing top and bottom. You need to make those 3 cars do that movement as Holston out here trying to thumbs up with his throttle. I'm not sure if, oh, we got a caution. Caution is out. I think it was Janik, maybe. Something has gone awry here. 6 laps to the stage. At 97, it looks like. Oh yes, heavy right front damage. That wheel's not supposed to shake like that. Oh, he got a whole lot of Evan Janik right there. Looking back that up. There we go. Just a little bit further here. Oh, that's an unfortunate one. Looks like the 97 was running the middle. 71 tried to split the middle, and I think that was the 13, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of went up the hill a little bit. Caused Janik to squeeze, and they make a little bit of contact here. Right here, this Hot Wheels car. Just up the racetrack, right there. Makes Janik go up the racetrack a little bit as well. I don't think that move was going to work anyway, but certainly didn't work the way that it was presented to us. So, unfortunate incident for the 97. Keith Dwinell. Evan Janik with some decent damage on the right front, but that should be fixable. 45 seconds, I would imagine, in the pit lane. That Precision Speed Solutions Chevrolet. Might be time to take a quick step aside here. Pay some bills on the Precision Production Network. Be back with pit stops or the restart, whichever comes first. See you then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here, just about to hit the choose to set up the green-white checker to finish stage number 1. Isaac Brock, your current leader. Jackson Hautala in second, likely lining up on that outside lane. Andy Berry, Casey Bristow, Andrew Allen, David Moyer, Adam Holston, Justin Schaub, John Ullman, Aaron Espy, your top 10. See what everyone chooses here. Find your favorite driver. Make sure to drop a comment here in the live chat so we know who you're cheering for. Pretty split decision, it looks like. What I like the most about the choose on the super speedways is it's not necessarily about protecting a line as it would be on a 1.5 miles. It's really more about who do you want to work with, who's helped you get to this position, and who do you want on your back bumper or on your front bumper so you can push or get pushed to the next milestone in the race, whether it be a stage, a finish, whatever the case is. Whereas on a 1.5 miles, you would pick the bottom or the top strictly for track position purposes because you're not really going to push anybody, at least not in a meaningful, good way, like we'll see here in a couple of weeks at Homestead when we wrap up the championship. Quick look at the weather on your screen here. We got, looks like 108-degree track temp, 87 ambient, so beautiful day here in Talladega, Alabama. Light winds, only 3 miles an hour from the east. Relative humidity at 31, just a balmy day. In the south, great day for racing. This track, luckily, doesn't really get impacted by weather all that much. Temperatures, wind, not a huge factor here unless you're talking about a qualifying lap, but we are well past that portion of the day. Pace car should make that sharp left-hand turn off the racetrack in just a mere moment. There he goes. Field in the hands of Brock and Hautala. Slow roll down this agonizingly long tri-oval and into the restart zone. Let's see who's going to win. Stage number 1. Great push from Andrew Allen on the outside. John Ullman as well getting in on the action. Top side clear by 2. They could drop down now if they want it. They don't. Hautala not able to let them get down to the bottom. Brock clear by 1. They're fanning out behind him. That's going to hurt the run. Massive run on the high side. That's going to kill the middle lane. Here comes Brad Nelson, Wednesday's winner in the Truck Series. But Hautala has the advantage. Andy Berry right behind him, and here comes Casey Bristow. Big move, Espy, top to bottom, past 3 cars, make it 5 now. The Rush Truck Centers machine is on the move. 4-car breakaway at the front. White flag for stage number 1. They're 4 wide behind him. What a knot of cars here. The 21 went from the lead back to 10th. Be replaying this one over and over, wondering what went wrong as they're still trying to wreck behind them. We got pushers pushing pushers. Oh, driver sideways. Around goes the 33. This should give the win of the stage to Hautala if the caution comes out. There it is. Hautala will win stage number 1. Andy Berry second. Bristow, Moyer, Schaub, Ullman, Miller, Espy, Brock, and Andrew Allen round out your top 10. Top 5 get the stage points. Hautala, Berry, Bristow, Moyer, and Schaub. Oh boy. Expect that the rest of the way, folks. Not even a third of the way into it, but heavy damage on the front end of the 33. We'll have to go back. I didn't get a great look at that. We'll have to go back and see that. Oh, big. Oh, my goodness. Good thing for netcode there. He caught the wall a few different times. So I think he was trying to go around Espy. No, he just was trying to push him and got crossed up. 93 got into the back of him. That's Isaac Wilson. Yeah, I mean, that's such a tough situation. I mean, massive run here, and there's just really not much you can do different. At that moment, got to the back of him and obviously turned him around. And a few other drivers caught up in it, but Wilson and Nelson got the worst of it by quite a bit here. Yeah, he's trying to force 3 wide up the middle, then he decides to try and push and just, yeah, it just doesn't get timed properly. And it's like that sometimes. It's just like that. Like the Opschneider got a pretty good part of that as well, the 82. It's a pretty heavy right front damage. Duino makes it through okay. A few other drivers able to go way down to the inside and get around the accident, but I think after pit stops, maybe we'll have a chat with our Stage 1 winner, Jackson Hautala. Should be bringing it down the pit road right here, I would imagine. Probably 2 tires and fuel, though 4 tires not out of the question. Tire wear not really a big factor here, just gives you a little bit extra confidence. Everyone hitting the pit lane here. So a lot of drivers missed their stalls earlier on the pit stop. Cannot do that here. That will absolutely cost you track position. Well, it's not impossible to make up. You saw how easy it was to lose 21 going from 1st to 10th in about a lap and a half here. It's 48. Michael Cole takes that #1 stall. I imagine that's where he qualified. Not a great start, though, to the race for the 48. Winner off pit road is Casey Bristow with a 6.7 second pit stop. Looks like it's fuel only for most of the field. Jackson Hautala, first driver on the 4 fresh ones. Let's bring him up here, have a chat with your Stage 1 winner. Jackson Hautala, it's Morgan and DJ up in the booth. You got a copy?
Good to hear you guys.
Oh, you bet it is. All right, P1 in stage #1. Took 4 tires there, lost a little bit of track position. What is the game plan the rest of the way?
Honestly, just stay out of the wrecks. They're a little happy right now. And just try to make it our way back to the front. Me, Isaac, and Andrew, all the FLM crew, we're rolling good. We feel confident. We're ready to win this thing.
Awesome. So do you envision end of the race, or coming to the end of the race, it's going to be a teammate game, or is it going to be just a kind of a solo effort and figure it out? Hopefully there's a teammate there at the end. How do you approach Super Speedway races?
If the teammates are up there, definitely going with them, but if they're not, it's find friends wherever you got.
Gotcha. Yeah, understood. I mean, I'm typically a lone wolf here on the super speedways, and it's worked out to success earlier this season, if you may recall. I digress. But while we're up here, anything you want to say to the fine people watching here on YouTube?
Only thing I really got is promoting Hautala Designs. We got some, I think, 5 great race cars here tonight, and precision setups. Those guys are great. You guys are great. I'm happy to be here. Let's go win this thing.
Awesome. Good luck the rest of the way here on the Precision Production Network. Thanks, Jackson.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. All right, that's your Stage 1 winner, Jackson Hautala. Looks like he's going to pick the bottom here. Should move him up to the 8th position, 9th position, somewhere in there. Field right now lined up behind Casey Bristow and Evan Janik. Both drivers taking short pit stops, fuel only. Janik with a very short stop. I imagine he pit on that caution. He got damage, allowed him to take a little bit less fuel in the pits. Regardless, we should be able to make it to the end of stage #2 with this tank of fuel. Probably a 2-stopper, 1-stopper, 2-stopper we'll see in stage #2. Three, stage #3. Pace lights out on that pace car, just went through the choose. Half a lap until we turn them back loose here at Talladega. It's been a fun one so far, folks. Few cautions, a lot of lead changes. Wild scramble to the finish too. I mean, if you would have told me that the driver who led on the green flag would have finished 10th a lap and a half later and we didn't even make it back to the flag, I would have been like, oh, he probably was part of one of the ones in the accident. And the answer was no, actually. Just outside lane was not the right choice. Inside got that great run. A lot of it due to the great push of Andy Berry in that 21 down there on the bottom. Able to get Bristow out in front, as well as Hautala. They brought home the stage points. Pace car will veer off the racetrack in mere moments. There it goes. It's a wonder that car doesn't spin. Some of the aggressive maneuvers they pull behind the wheel of that thing. But now it's the battle of the teal cars up front. Into the restart zone. Middle launch. Away we go to start stage number 2 here in Talladega. Inside lane by 1, but Andrew Allen has been great on the push as he bails out into third on the inside. That's going to give a clear advantage to the bottom. As Janik still looking for a partner up top. Can't quite find one yet. Might be Michael Cole up there that gives him a hand, but oh, little switcheroo. Andrew Allen decides, I want to lead the lane instead. Janik says, no, no, no. One of us is going to lead, and it's not going to be you, as they're 3 wide, losing ground up top. Bottom clear by 2. Here comes Ullman trying to fill the gap. Looks like he will do so successfully. Janik falls back just a little bit. He's got somebody helping him. I think that's... Oh, big crash here. Big crash. Both of them taken out. Oh, time into the fence. Heavy contact there for him. Barnes gets through it. I don't know if that started with Janik or started with Allen, but one of those drivers got sideways and around the rest went. Let's have a look at it here on the instant replay presented by Black Diamond Designs. Oh, just a little bit of an off-center push. Espy to Allen. How did Janik get involved in this? Maybe we can get a bit of a more blimp view here, high above this massive racetrack. There we are. See what caused Janik to get a piece of this, because the contact happened on the bottom, right there. Oh, the 95 just took a hard right across Janik's nose, almost unrelated. Not really sure why that happened, but regardless, heavy damage for the 95, 21, and the 96. I think Espy got away from it okay. See it here from Miller. Oh, you know what? These cars, the way that the front nose weight works, once it gets pointed right, there's no saving it. So that was not an intentional turn of the wheel. And Reggie Kime, obviously, the 71 can't turn. The 9 just an unlucky bystander. But once these cars sit on the right front, there is no way it's coming back. It just goes straight to the wall. There's no saving it. So that's what that was. Really unfortunate that incident occurred. Of course, took out a few cars here. Should still have faster pairs available. Although Janik looks like he may have left the session. Yeah, Reggie Kime right here, just nowhere to go. Boom! Into the fence. Probably lost that magic smoke out of the car as well. Yeah, Barnes made it through okay. See smoke in front of him, goes way high. Oh, that was close. Oh, man. Good job on the 95 holding the brakes and just barely got by Janik, too. Whew, that was some Lightning McQueen type stuff right there. Yeah, we got to do this one more time here. How close it was between the 27 and the 95. You went high and thought, no, 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 to the bottom, to the bottom, to the bottom. And wow, got him by just a little bit here. And then, of course, Janik not able to turn. Barnes ends up getting around him as well. A lot of good cars damaged in that one. Not sure what the fast pair situation is for those drivers. There's 36 laps into this one. 113 up on the board. Casey Bristow leads Andy Berry, John Ullman, David Moyer, Michael Cole, your top 5. There's a look at the faster pairs. Zeros, that's what you want. Ones, not necessarily. So Knopfschneider, Dwinel, and Miller have used their fast repairs. Doesn't look like Janik has used his yet, although I imagine it's on the way because that car was pretty beat up. Pinson used his as well. Yeah, there's a 71, probably still towing considering you couldn't turn that car. Yeah, that's about as wrecked as you can get it. That thing is in tough shape. Should go another lap down here. He's currently 1 lap down already. He's going to lose a second one as the 7's going to get around him here on the racetrack. Should be choosing this time, I would imagine. I think Barry's content to stay right behind Bristow. Everyone else chooses. My understanding of the choose rules here today: don't drive over LAD. Everything else is legal, but do not drive over those letters in the middle of Talladega. I believe somebody did drive over those letters, but could be mistaken on that one. Looks like it's okay. Yeah, Bristow on the bottom, Moyer on the top side. Barry, Cole, and Isaac Brock, your top 5. Ullman is going to round out row number 3. Tier 1 setup shop, 300, about a third of the way complete. Currently, 24 drivers on the lead lap here. Rayshawn Wingfield locked in. Evan Janik, he's gonna take a big points hit today. Andrew Allen, Christian Barnes currently above the cut line as they came in. Barnes doing a great job avoiding the accident, makes it all the more impressive. Holston, Wilson, Ullman, and Gillen are going to have to find some speed under. Sure, yeah, Gillen's back in 21st. Wilson's in 23rd. See where Holston is. Holston is 9th right now, so he's making progress, but it's going to be difficult to make it to the plus side of that cut line based on what we've seen so far here at Talladega. Janik is out of pit road and trying to catch the field. He's going to be half a lap down. I don't think he's going to catch him. By the time we go green, could play disaster for the driver already last on the field. Bristow, Moyer, restart zone, green flag. Another good jump to the bottom. Oh, spin already. They're already wrecking. Just saw somebody get turned. Yeah, there it is. I think Michael Cole's the one who got spun. No caution. Hautala as well, stage 1 winner involved. And here comes Janik. Still no caution. Quick replay here. He was up in 3rd. What happened to the 48? On the throttle here. Oh, he missed a shift. It looks like the car just did not go. Yeah, looks like he money shifted. Around it went. Yeah, that is less than ideal for the 48. That's for sure. It was all the track position. He will now be many laps, or not many laps. Will be many seconds behind the field as Bristow continues to lead. Barry, Ullman, Moyer, and Holston. Oh wow, the top 4, top 5, all the way back to Holston have broken away. Perfection for these 5 with that incident. Next group led by Stephen Gill. They are catching slowly but surely. I think they're going to get there here pretty quick. Although inefficient with SB out of line. Yeah, look at the run the 03 is going to get here. Just about to crack 200 miles an hour. Got to go to the outside here. Yes, has anybody blocked the run? Not yet. Kind of stalled out, actually. I'm surprised at how much it stalled. There's Moyer trying to take advantage. He does not. Oh, because Gill's all by himself. Oh, no. He got played on that one. Here comes someone to help. Oh no, gets left out again. Oh my goodness. No one wants to work with the 03 right now. Oh, 07, goodness gracious. Justin Schaub with a moment for Aaron Espy there. It's AER Black Flag Motorsports guys. They are fighting amongst each other right now, and they all lost a ton of track position because of it. 96 continues to hang around. Remember, was involved in that last accident up here in the top 10. As we close in on 20 laps to the end of the second stage. Brock got forced out of line here. Follow the back of this group. Could be trying to save fuel as well. That is definitely a possibility. Had a shot to get in right there. Chose against it. Some drivers just really trying to figure out what their car can do still. 41 laps into this thing. Not quite sure how hard they can push quite yet. Update on Janik. Finds himself well off the pace. Still one lap down. He's got Hautala behind him. The drivers who ended up getting caught up in that accident at the start line, Michael Cole as well, they have caught up to the Lone Ranger, Evan Janik. A few Precision Speed Shop drivers, Speed Solutions, sorry, drivers working together. And caution is out. That is going to save Evan Janik. Looks like it's Gavin Hinson who has had a less than ideal start to this one. Oh man, that was questionable. Yeah, not really sure why, what, or how happened there. But Gavin's on the bottom. I mean, he can't get much closer. Goes up a little bit. I mean, I get that they're 3 wide, but yeah, 13 came down a ton right into the right rear quarter panel and just got him. Yeah, not really sure what to say more about that one. I don't want to use the I word, but that was about as close as you can get. Let's watch here from the roof. There's a 39. Knopfschneider's slow on the outside, sure. I think the 13 may have got a little spooked because he was there. Gavin went up a little bit, but not that much. And then Knopfschneider gets a part of it anyway. Oh, and the wreckage behind him as well. Someone else got a big piece of the fence. Can't tell who that is. Yeah, Knopfschneider got a good part of it, but behind this as well, there were a few drivers who got out of shape. Yeah, sure. He got the piece of it right there. Oh, it was Reggie Kime again. Oh, Kime time. ×2. Great save, though. Well done. Looks like Bill Elliott behind the wheel there. Watch it again from Kime's roof cam. So there's the accident. And then right there, somebody got into his door and, yeah, went for it. Wild ride. What a great job saving that car. I know from first-hand experience how hard it is to save these next-gen cars once they get any kind of sideways, so that is big props to the 9. Well, should be hitting pit stops here. Not sure if drivers will take the opportunity to bring it to pit road. Yes, our leader will bring it to the pit lane. Andy Barry looks like the only one to stay out right now. Could prove disastrous for the pit strategy. Yeah, it's just Andy Barry on the racetrack. Uh-oh. Not what you want to see if you're the leader. Be on the wrong side of the pit strategy. Bristow should win the race off the pit lane. Justin Miller also stayed out. I'm not sure if we got a fuel mileage number from any drivers before the race. Barry sitting at 13 laps on this run. I'm imagining we can go about 30. 35's kind of been the number all week. I'm going to assume that's the number here tonight. We're just going to run with it because, as everyone knows, if it's said on the broadcast, it has to be true. That's just the way that it works. So 35 laps is the magic number on fuel here tonight. So we'll see what that looks like until the end of the race. Andy Berry leads in the 21 on your screen, 25 on the timing and scoring. Little Harrison Burton action there in that car. How about Justin Miller right behind him? The other red, white, and blue car here tonight, Casey Bristow, previous leader. In third, Andrew Allen is up to fourth. Adam Holston in the fifth spot. Ullman, Nelson, Moyer, Barnes, and Brock, your top 10. I want to give a shout out to Christian Barnes, and not for the reason you might think. The 27's been on pit road 6 times today and continues to run in the 9th position. I don't believe any driver has pit as often. No, just Joshua Gillen has also been down pit lane 6 times, and both are still on the lead lap. Testament to how large this racetrack is. Should be choosing here in moments. I imagine Barry will take the bottom. That's just an assumption. Making a lot of those up here, I suppose. I'm hearing 18 to 20 laps on fuel. If that's the case, don't know why you stay out here since we're already 13 on the run. Interesting that it's significantly shorter than the rest of the week. Hey, I guess we'll find out. Drivers choosing. Barry on the bottom. Miller up top. Bristow on the bottom. Allen up top. I watch that 96 car every time. We take a green flag as he is the most aggressive pusher on the high side. Usually lines up right on that back bumper and probably even leaves a little bit early. Gives a good push. To the leader on that outside lane. Andrew Allen has routinely been one of the better plate racers over the last, say, 6 or 8 Mystic plate races, whether it be in the Cup, the B Series, or in the Truck Series. Just historically, he's been good on the plate track. Seems to always be in the action, and no different today as he was last night and on Wednesday. So I look for this 96 to break through eventually. It's road courses and super speedways, the strength of the 96. And out of road courses, this is the last super speedway, so he's running out of time here to really flex to his strengths. Look at the positions gained on your ticker. You see the entire top 6 has gained positions. Ullman's down a pair to 7th, a few more gainers, and then the drivers who have qualified well starting to fall back a little bit. How about Medina, though? Up 11, 14th, now 10, up in 15th, having a solid run. Dwinell kind of right there with them. Those two, I believe, sharing row number 7. Pace car driver pilots that car down the pit lane. And we're about to encroach into the restart zone. Oh, really late jump in the zone. Advantage to the bottom, Andy Berry. Waited until the last possible moment and it caught everyone by surprise as they were pushing to start the restart zone. Bottom lane looks like they're going to be cleared by 1.5 car lengths, maybe. Big run off the top. I envision it. Oh, just about got him on the wrong part of the car right there. 95 running in honor of Staff Sergeant Christian Diaz. We're alongside for third. Can't quite get the momentum built up to go challenge for second or the lead. Looks like it's going to be a rocket shot off of turn number 4. We'll get alongside Bristow. Kenny, go get Barry. It's alongside your leader. Looks like he will get it at the line and going to go drop down in front of the 21. Andrew Allen now leads the line. Here comes Brad Nelson. Driver we've seen have some issues today, but also has been fast all week. Your winner on Wednesday. Miller using the safety blanket that is the double yellow line. Nobody can get to the inside if you keep your car right there, of course. That rule's been in effect for many a year in both NASCAR and in the oval racing circuit. You cannot go below the double yellow to advance your position. That will be a black flag by race control, which I believe tonight is Brandon Willard. I could be mistaken on that, but regardless, race control will black flag you if you make an aggressive move like that. Legal move passing below the yellow line. Harold Tucker, HT3, my man Trey, is your race control this evening. As we got a 4-car breakaway on the bottom. Car's trimmed out, sparking a little bit as the speed starts to pick up. Gill gets moved up out of line. Oh, we're 3 wide down the back. That is not a good idea. Driver's still moving and shaking, trying to figure out where they... Oh, there's a crowd. Oh, boy. Barnes in it. How did they save it? Oh, my goodness. Somebody came up the racetrack and door slammed Barnes. Wow. That is bad news for Christian Barnes. Heavy damage, probably a meatball on that car. Another one of the drivers trying to make it into the championship 4 is going to be well behind the pace here. This should update you on Janik. He is back on the lead lap. Evan Janik is, yeah, there it is right there. I don't know who that is. Is that Schaub? It is Schaub. Went from the bottom, self-cleared to the middle. And put one of the championship 4 potentials in. Yeah, that car is destroyed. That's a broken toe link. 8 minutes of damage without the fast repair. Oh, we can't get in the box. Fast repair taken. It's still going to cost him a few seconds. Oh, man, that's a heartbreaker for a driver who's already avoided a few massive accidents here tonight. But so far, so good for Miller up top. Or how about up front on the bottom here? Barry and Bristow continue to be 1, 2, 3. Aaron Espy, though, makes a run off of the front bumper of, you guessed it, Andrew Allen. Oh, bit of a shake-up there. Bristow went up to kind of side draft and shook up the lanes. Espy no help right now. Side draft's the only thing he can do. Oh, he gets stuck in the middle. Andrew Allen takes advantage of the high side with help from Brock. I think that's Hautala right behind him. Yes, Hautala rebounds up to the top 10. Espy went from about 4th back to 10th in just the length of the backstretch. That's how fast you can lose track position here. Have to be on edge and on guard every moment of this race. As with 10 laps to go to stage number 2, we are far, far from over. 96 and 21 still trying to make hay. Bottom lane starting to separate a little bit. That is only good news for the top lane. Means they can get wound up, get some momentum. That's Barnes. Remember, Barnes already, I believe, he's not a lap down yet. He's last car on the lead lap. Will be a lap down here in moments as we try and work around. He's going to go to the top side at the last moment. This is going to impact the entire field. Everyone looks like they stay in their lanes, bottom and middle of the racetrack. See if he can fall back and attach to the draft. Looks like he did. I can kind of see that blue car right at the back of this lane. I think he was able to attach as he had hoped. Oh, Bristow getting way up the racetrack. They're dooring each other for third. Third in line, I should say. Yeah, Bristow really not enjoying being side drafted. Putting the door to him a little bit. Trying to narrow that car up, get a little more speed out of it. As Champ 4 hopeful. Right there in the 8, running P4, highest he's been pretty much all day. Ullman right behind him. Ullman needs a good run. Real bad. Running P5 right now. Top lane falling back. Man, aggressive side drafting. I think it's still a little early for that. I don't know. I don't really know what the purpose is of side drafting that aggressively when you still have 50 to go. It's just so easy. We've already seen accidents because drivers got too close to each other. Netcode's been bad already in this one. I just don't understand the risk of doing that. But it's working. And if it's working, who am I to question it? Move the 96 to the lead for the moment, top of the sheet. Should get a great run off the corner if the temperatures will hold on the 21. Should get that big run. Yeah, right there. There it is. Finally got to the back bumper. This should push the 96 clear for the moment. No, Miller got that one. Yeah, Miller got him there. Little housekeeping for you. We have two distinct groups here. Top 17 in this pack that you're watching right now. Then Knopfschneider, Keim, White, Janik, Leclerc, Gillen, and Dwinel kind of in their own little group, about 7 seconds back. Christian Barnes, Gavin Hinson scattered throughout the field. Both of those drivers are 1 lap off the pace. In fact, Hinson's all by his lonesome. About to get lapped here in probably 4 to 5 laps. As Allen finally gets to the bottom of the racetrack. See if the 21 can make any time up on the top. A little bit of damage, I believe, on the front of that 21. That's not going to help causes at all. But Hautala giving him a heck of a push right now, and Espy helping out as well, and from third on the top side. Outside lane with momentum right now. Inside lane starting to fall apart a little further back. Top 2 clear. Do they go down? Yes, they do. Espy new leader on the high side. Michael Cole giving him a push. How about the 48? Money shifted on the restart. Rebounding back up to the 5th place for the moment. As we might be hitting pit road. Somebody does. Andy Barry, remember, out of fuel. Andy Barry. Yeah, 25 laps is all he could go. All right, so we're off by 10. That's not a great number when the number was only 25 in the first place, so tough look for me. But regardless, Andy Barry on pit road after not pitting that last time by. This is pretty much going to derail any chance of getting stage 2 points into the pit box as expected, as we are only 5 laps from the end of stage number 2. Bottom lane with a massive advantage. Call it 6 car lengths. 6 cars, I should say. More than that, car lengths, as we have gaps between the cars on the bottom. Miller keeping a healthy gap in front of him. Now catching Gavin Hinson, putting him 2 laps down. Another driver hitting the pit road right here. This is Miller. Miller also did not pit on that caution. Another driver not going to get stage points here. Should be able to rebound if he can stay on the lead lap, which I would imagine you could stay on the lead lap here with only 4 laps remaining in the stage. Jade Eaker's on the back of that car as well. Shout out to Toby Ritters. What he does to bring eyes to the series. Yeah, top 5 on the bottom. It's back to, I think Espy still leading that high lane. Even Michael Cole now in 9th. Top lane's all but falling apart here. Isaac Brock leads the way. Another driver way off the racetrack. Can't tell who that is. We'll see 18. Yeah, Medina. Gonna hit the pit road right here again, giving up stage points. Don't believe he's in position to get any anyway, but curious to see what this results in once the stage cycles. Pit road should close as we get to the start-finish line this time by, so that was your last chance to hit the pit lane. If you can run out of fuel, you're on your own. Does Andy Barry better hope that the next flag is yellow, because he is right in front of this group and they are lined up single file? That is not a good sign for the 21, who's, I think, just now entering the tri-oval. front of him, the 95 is not in a much better position. There's the, you saw the 21/25 streak by on the bottom of the screen. So I think we're starting to get a run with 2 to go here. The high side's trying to get something together. I don't know if it's going to be quite enough time to do so. There's Andy Berry. As they are scattered farther back. Remember, top 5 get the points. You got to get to the top 5 if you want those extra bonus points for running well in the stages. Looking at you, Adam Holston. Here in the 8. Doesn't look like he's going to make a move here. Coming to the white flag. Somebody did. That's Moyer. Goes to the outside. All by himself. Andy Berry going to get swallowed up by this group. It's going to put him a lap down. If they catch the 95, it's bad news for Berry. If they don't, then they both can stay on the lead lap because Berry will get the wave around. Gill pushing Moyer. They're going backwards. Does SB get up in front of him? It doesn't look like it. Brock still with the momentum on the bottom side. They have to go around the lap car. This could prove less than optimal. As Holston loses a spot. Yes, they are going to go around the lap car. Coming to the checker in the stage. Andrew Allen peeks to the middle, decides against it. Isaac Brock, for the moment, has the lead to the tri-oval. Does anyone have a run to get him? It doesn't look like it. Isaac Brock's going to win stage number 2. Andrew Allen in second. I believe Hautala got 3rd in the stage. Yeah, good pit stop. Got him out front. Your stage 2 winner is Isaac Brock. We're going to take a quick step aside, come back after pit stops with an interview with your stage 2 winner. You're watching the Tier 1 Setups 300 Talladega here on the Precision Performance Network.
Are you ready? Whoa, 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 whoa. I said, are you ready? Whoa, 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 whoa. I said, are you ready? Are you ready for the Mystic Race and
Back here live on the Precision Performance Network. Just finished stage number 2. Stage winner was Isaac Brock in the 21 machine. They're all going to bring it down the pit lane here, fill it up with fuel, put on an undetermined amount of tires. Could be 2, could be 4. Heck, you could see 0 tires here as we set up for the 3rd stage, the one that pays the big money. Everyone so far good into the box. So far so good for all your front runners. Pole sitter Michael Cole. Yeah, Brock gets out first. Hautala, Allen, and Bristow. Bristow been surprisingly quick tonight. Not usually a driver I would pencil in for a top 5 run at a super speedway, but he has been excellent here this evening, led a bunch of laps. But we're going to chat with the number 21 machine, Isaac Brock. Isaac Brock, stage 2 winner. DJ Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All right. Well, how about you? First stage did not quite go your way. You restarted up front, ended up 10th by the time that stage flag flew. Now, you end up winning stage number 2. What was the adjustment that you made?
Honestly, just positioning. Having my amazing teammates behind me to push me. We tried to control it, both lanes in the start of stage 1, and just kind of got overran there. So just regrouped a little bit and tried our best to keep us all in line there for stage 2. That way we could get a 1, 2, 3 and put all 3 of these beautiful Talladega design cars in the front.
All right, well, mission accomplished for stage number 2. What's it going to take to make that happen for the big one here, stage number 3, with at least one pit stop in the middle of it?
Honestly, I think it's minding your time and just letting runs develop, and honestly not blocking too hard right now, just waiting towards the end, because there's no reason to put yourself in a bad predicament with as many laps we got to go.
Yeah, absolutely right about that here as we hit the choose. Anyone you want to thank or shout out, anyone you want to mention?
I'd like to thank Talladega Designs for beautiful cars every week. Special thanks to parents, girlfriend for all their support, and big thanks to Fast Living Motorsports for all their support all season long.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that stage 2 win, and good luck the rest of the way, Isaac.
Thank you.
That's back to Fast Living, correct?
Yes.
All right. That's your stage 2 winner, part of Fast Living Motorsports as they sweep the stages here in Talladega. Even 50 to go here at this behemoth of a racetrack. Crazy to think I learned this earlier in the week on Saturday when I was covering a Super Formula race here in the iRacing officials, that Interlagos down in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and Talladega are the same length. Unreal. Just crazy to think about these big stock cars turning laps around this massive oval versus Formula cars lapping a same distance racetrack in about 20 seconds longer with a bunch of hairpins and technical sections and all that. Just really crazy to think about. So, that'll keep you awake tonight. I'm sure of it. But anyway, back to the race. Espy and Brock on the front row, Hautala and Nelson in row number 2, Allen and Holston row 3, Isaac Wilson, Casey Bristow, Ryan Leclerc, John Ullman, your top 10. All right. This is where the pay window opens very slightly. We're past halfway in the race. Should be able to make it on one stop, right on the edge of it if 25 is the number, as Andy Berry showed us earlier. Might need to be conservative, make it a 2-stop. Teammates are going to be very important for when you make those stops. I don't think there's going to be a big pack to do it with. But regardless, we're going to find out into the restart zone. Another late launch on the bottom. And they are much, much more organized. Drivers all the way in the grass in the back. Somebody got way out of line there. Not sure who that was. Top 3 all part of Fast Living. They are living fast right now. Top 3 breaking away. Here comes Bristow as well. I mentioned him earlier. High lane not working right now. Espy, I believe that's the 33 pushing him. And Holston also not able to get that lane to work. 6 cars now on the bottom of the racetrack that have broken away for the lead. SP continues to drop like a rock. We got a big gaggle a bit further back as well. That group piloted by Zach White, Jose Medina, and Knopfschneider. The top three in there. Alex Pollock is in that group, so I haven't mentioned Mr. Black Diamond Designs yet today. Let's look at that little group. Hinson hanging out there as well. So is the 27, who's really trying to make it to the next round. This race is not helping him at all. Christian Barnes, 25th. One lap down. Got to catch Andy Berry, who's right in front of him. A couple spots for him, I should say. Andy Berry is the lucky dog at the moment. Getting pushed by Pollock. One driver kind of out of a group altogether is Joshua Gillen back in 23rd. He is all on an island and dropping like a rock. He's a driver who's up in the grass, so something clearly happening to the Crimson Tide number 10. Winners win, but I have to pull the socks up a little bit here today if you're going to get the dub in this one. Gillen is not terribly much of a factor here so far in this race. Front group just about all single filed out. Exactly what the Fast Living Motorsports drivers want to see. Bristow has Ullman right behind him. I don't know if they'll work together or not. It's still too early to find out regardless. One driver up out of line. I think that's Stephen Gill. Tried to make a move, didn't work, and lose all the track position back. As here comes Espy again, trying to make the outside line work. Now getting pushed by Janik. As they get to the back bumper of Stephen Gill. David Moyer joins that group as well. Still not enough for momentum for the high lane. In fact, they're losing momentum here. 13's going to get around them. Looks like Kime as well. 13 might try and block the lane. That's Leclerc. Oh, wow, that was a big moment. I don't know what happened there, if that was Kime or if that was Gill, but one went up, one went down. They just about both crashed. That group falls apart rather quickly. I think Gill might lose the draft here with how abrasive, or how aggressive and abrasive that move was. He's got damage, I think, on the 03. Yeah, heavy damage. That thing's destroyed. No wonder that car is not running all that well. He should probably take a faster pair if he hasn't already, because that thing is, yeah, that's not good for it. Able to catch back up to Leclerc and Janik, but that car cannot lead a line. Not with that amount of front end damage. Surprisingly, Espy has not been great leading the high line either. That car looks to be pretty pristine. There's just not a ton of speed in it. As the top 10 single file on the bottom, battles for 11th right now. Kime trying to get around Leclerc. There's a look at it. Leclerc having a very difficult time pinning it to that yellow line. Gonna make it hard for Janik to do anything with him, because you definitely can't lay the bumper to somebody who is weaving a lane and a half up the racetrack. That will get him turned every single time, as we are very efficient on the top, but two cars bail out. And, oh, Kime just hit the brakes, it looks like. That's just the air, of course, but lost a ton of ground. Espy tries to make a move. Now he's going to push Janik. Moyer all over the back bumper. Espy should be able to clear the 13. Remember, Jack's got to be careful. He used the faster pair when he got caught up in that accident earlier. He does not have any more lives to play with, and Espy pushing him aggressively. This could either be very good or very bad here for the 71. Trying to make the championship 4 in Talladega is going to go a long, long way to providing that storyline. Janik currently in 11th, going to try and pass for 10th. Should be able to get it done here with help from Espy. As they work around Leclerc. It's all Isaac Brock out front right now. I believe he's led the most laps and probably even clinched that number, considering how many he led early in the race. Now the top lane's starting to work a little bit. Janik up to 9th. Make it 8th. Once they get beside and past the 07, it'll be P7 on the grid for the 71. Although, can't push forever. These temperatures do go up. It's hard to cool these cars, especially with the pointed front bumpers. You can't really get off of somebody. Jack's going to find a hole. Back in the 10th position, so +1 overall for Janik. Espy going to lose a couple. And that's just part of Super Speedway racing, is you try to make the high line work, and eventually you're really bound by temperature. That's what the limiting factor is on that second car, is you can only push so hard for so long before things get away from you. And you can see Isaac Brock has dominated this race. 42 laps led. If he can lead 11 more, he will clinch the most laps led in this race over Casey Bristow, who's led the second most with 12. Big shout out to both those guys. If you would have asked me before this race started who the 2 highest lap leaders were, those 2 would not have been in my top 10. So congratulations to both of those guys for having great runs. As we got some moving and shaking here in the second group. Medina all the way out of line. That's going to hurt the group a little bit. Barnes trying to lead it. Pollock in second. Hinson. You got Miller. Can't tell you who that white car is. Oh, that's Andy Berry. Back on sequence with everybody else. Michael Cole. Team cars, they are losing a ton of ground here. I don't know what's going on with 21. Top 3 starting to make something happen here in this group, but it is all fast living, as they are all 3 really tight together here. Bristow just kind of hanging out, watching and applauding, because they are doing a whale of a job leading this line, putting together some very quick laps. Cannot say enough about how impressive it is, how dominant they've been at the front of the field. I mean, last lap time, we're talking 5s and 6s. My goodness, leading the line, that is impressive. The second group, yeah, they're a ways off the pace. That second group headed by Alex Pollock now. And they're running, well, actually, they're 49 flats. They're actually catching up now. They finally got themselves sorted out and are making ground. Unfortunately, they lost 9 seconds to do so. Yeah, Barnes a lap down, remember, so he doesn't technically count as the leader of the line on the scoreboard. Pollock leading the line of the cars for position. They're starting to roll. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be too little too late for these guys. Yeah, that's this time by. Leader ran a 49.6, this group. 50.5, so they're 9/10 off the pace. They're going the wrong way now. There's Pollock and Hinson and Co. 38 laps remain. We're about halfway, a little past halfway through this fuel run. Should be seeing drivers in 5 to 10 laps. Some drivers getting nervous here, because once we hit pit stops, it is usually not likely for another caution to come out. There you see the gap, 10 seconds. It's slowly dropping. Now it's rising again. For Isaac Brock's sake, he wants the number to go up. For Pollock's sake, he wants that number to go down in the middle, that 10.524. There it drops a little bit. This is with the run to the back bumper of the 27. You can look at the sector times as well. Red for Pollock, not what you want to see. Because yeah, they're still half a second, or sorry, about a full second off the pace. When the 95 starting to have some connection issues too, that is certainly not helping anything. Because when you lose the connection, the line also loses your draft contribution. Meaning you're essentially just a pocket of dead air at that point. That is not going to help anyone. We got another group as well. This one looks like it's led by the 47 of Moyer. This is 11th. So they have fallen off the front group. Moyer, Kime, SB. I think that's Stephen Gill. It is Stephen Gill. Yeah, so something happened. And that's not going to help. Going too wide is only going to make it worse. I'm not sure what Kime's doing right now. He's just trying to make sure he's not the pusher. But something must have happened here because they lost a lot of ground. They're a couple seconds behind. It's going to be difficult to make that back up because the number is still dropping. It's 5 seconds and growing to the next car. As here's your lead pack, led by Brock. Pause. Second group with Moyer. Another pause. Pollock and Barnes for the third group. And every car on the racetrack, it seems like, is in a group somewhere. So that's the first time we've seen that for a while today. As we approach 35 laps to go. Top 3 still the same. Fast living. Brock, Hautala, Allen. Then Bristow running in 4th. Wilson up to 5th. Great run for Wilson. Lap car in the middle of them though. That is Gillen in the 10. Driver who needs all the points he can get as he's in the round of 8 right now, trying to make the championship 4. But the 10 is on the wrong side of it. And definitely on the wrong side of the scoreboard right now. Technically scored P23, running P5 here on the racetrack. Again, we should be getting ever closer to pit stops. Seeing maybe some temperature issues on Hautala. Haven't seen the 21 that far off the bottom in a long while. That's one of the things you can do. Maybe if we just keep it here for a lap, you can kind of see how you push and how you operate as the pusher at this racetrack. Some drivers can do it really well. Some drivers struggle a little bit. You can see a good gap built to the leader. You'd think, well, that's inefficient, and you're right, but it allows air to the nose of the second car, which means you can push even longer. See, the gap is stable. They're using that bubble of air. Breaks the bubble of air, gets right to the back bumper. Great pushes down the back stretch. Keep it straight. And into the corner, they're going to break off a little bit right there. A little bit of a lift. 21 gets away, and you get all that air to the nose as you turn throughout the corner. And back onto the straightaway. You hit pit road, just like you planned. So front group, some of them are pitting. Oh, Andrew Allen's in the fence on the inside of the racetrack. I don't know if he got much damage. He did not. Lost all the track position, though. Still should only be probably no tires and fuel. As that was only 19 laps, so we're going to have to make other stuff. Oh, there's drivers in the grass. That's Gavin Hinson who's backwards. Gavin Hinson spun around on the entrance to pit road. Go back and have a look and see what happened to Hinson. There's Hinson, that red car with the damage on the nose behind Pollock, and looks like he helped from Miller, perhaps. Definitely took an aggressive entry. Oh, the 18 came out of nowhere. Got Barnes and Hinson. Wow. Yeah, that's not how you enter pit road. He missed pit road altogether anyway. Maybe we can zoom this out a little bit. Yeah, he just completely missed the pit road entry. Realized he's got to bail out, and bails out into the side of the championship contenders. Yeah, that's a tough look for Jose Medina. Now on the pit lane, it looks like. I'm sure race control will have a chat with them about that one after the race, but not much you can do about it right now as Ullman off of the pit lane as the leader. Adam Holston behind him. Where is the rest of the field? Hautala on the move. Should be able to easily clear. And this 3-car gap, they have broken away. by, or this 3-car group's broken away by a fair bit. Brock, Hautala, and Bristow. I think they can get away from Ullman if they just keep it efficient and keep it steady here. You can see the gap, it's growing. If they can get it over 1.3 seconds, they've got it, but I don't know if they're going to do it at 7/10 now. No, Ullman is catching back up. This is going to be a 5-car group at the front. Wow, Andrew Allen with that bad pit entry is back to 6th, leading this next group. You can see that little trio or quartet behind this. Quintet, there's the trio. They're doing everything they can to catch up. Allen, Wilson, and Janik. About 3 seconds back of the leader. They're going to push for all it's worth as they can get that draft. Oh boy, they're back in it, but they're losing ground in a hurry. This is your next group, Nelson and Gillen, who's a lap down. So Nelson's kind of all on his own here. It's another 4 seconds back to Reggie Kime, Stephen Gillen, Aaron Espy. That pit entry really shook up the entire field. There's that group. There's a lot of them. Let's check out their lap times. Reggie Kime leading this group. His last lap time here, this will be his first full one up to speed, is a 50.4. That's 4/10 slower than Jackson Hautala. So this group is losing ground effectively. Then we're back to the 95 and 17th. Michael, that's Andy Berry pushing him. Still having connection issues, so Berry's working on his own here. Next will be Michael Cole working with Knopfschneider. They're on their own. And it's going to be Zach White on his own. Ryan Leclerc all by his lonesome. And Jose Medina all by himself. Van Gillen, Barry, Barnes, and Hinson 1 or more laps down. There's a couple lap down cars working together. Hinson and Christian Barnes. Back up to the lead. Front 5. Starting to pick up the pace a little bit, running 49.9s. As Bristow still content to ride about a car length and a half off of these two. Now what that signals to me is he doesn't want to be too aggressive here. He doesn't really want to get up there and mix it up with them. He's content to just give a safe distance and make a move if it were to materialize, although it's a little early yet. Still gonna have to make one more pit stop. You're about 14 to 15 more laps. Pitting with about 10 to go. Catching a lap car here should be a pretty easy workaround. There goes the 18. Smart move to stay on the bottom of the racetrack because you know this group's gonna blend in front of you. And they slow down a little bit when they go around you, so you have an opportunity. Unfortunately, he's not fast enough to make that opportunity stick. It doesn't look like. Yeah, he's going to fall back too far. The 18 is still going to be all by his lonesome. And this quintet is ripping right now. 49.9s, 49.8s again. Andrew Allen runs a 50.8, so it's a full second slower for 6th and 7th and 8th. And that is why pit road execution is near the top of the list for most important things when it comes to plate racing. If you can routinely get on and off pit road effectively and aggressively, you can gain so much time. That's everything. Coming to pit road, rolling pit road, in the box, out of the box, to pit strategy, and then getting up to speed off of the access down below the apron. All those things put together, you got to hit every single one of them 10/10s, and you'll definitely make up a lot of time here in these races. Oh, this group splits apart a little bit. Janik kind of left himself out to dry a little bit. He might be trying to pick up the 18, because this should be an opportunity for Medina to latch onto this group. I still don't think he's going to have enough speed to get there unless they back up to him. He might have it here. This would help this group. That would help this group in a big way, adding a fourth car. Oh, he does have it. Medina's going to be there. Could Jose Medina be the savior that these three need? Let's check out the lap times here. What's it look like this time by? It's a 50.7 as they tried to wait up for him. 0.6 slower that time by. They're now 6.5 seconds back. There's SB. SB in 9th, currently leading the next group. They are also off the pace, though faster than the middle group. SB getting pushed by Pollock, Nelson. So Kime and group have caught SB and group as these different sections get a little more homogeneous. Still ways to go as Moyer is starting to fall off this pack as well. Moyer is, yeah, he's lost the draft. He's all by his lonesome now. Been set adrift as the 47. 23 remain. About 9 laps, 10 laps left on the stint. So we have 13 to go here. Finally, somebody faster than your front group, because they are all together again. 50.2s versus 50.7s. Andrew Allen and Crow have found the speed, adding Medina. And the SB group is also pretty quick, although I don't think they're going to have enough time to get there before this group would catch the leaders. Check it out again, this time by Allen. The 50.6, a little slower that time. As Hatala is back to a 50.1. The SB group, though, is right on the number to run the same speed as your leaders right now. So they're not catching them, but they are catching the middle group. I don't think they're going to get there before the pit stops occur. So let's lay it out very simply, very plainly for all these drivers. If you're in the front group, you are hoping to heck it stays green. Stay green, put together a solid pit stop, and that's all you need. If you're in the Andrew Allen group, you're kind of on the fence. A caution would be nice, but if you get in and out of pit road effectively and someone in that lead group makes a mistake, you now have the numbers advantage, and you might be okay. If you're in this group back here, you're praying everything you know how to get a caution, because 14 seconds is going to be too much to make up in only about 14 laps. You're not going to be able to find a second a lap, considering you haven't yet found a second a lap. You're just now scraping by with the same time as the leaders with double the cars. It's not going to happen. Everyone else also hoping for a caution, because they are either on their own or well too far back to make anything happen for a win in this one. Desperate times in this race for a lot of drivers. Some playoff drivers as well. Really in bad spots. I mean, Janek's looking okay now in 8th. He was having a tough race earlier, but of course the big loser in this one, Christian Barnes, still back in 25th, 1 lap down, and not the first car 1 lap down either. Joshua Gillen is not having a good run. Maybe we can bring up that top 8 graphic again. Have a look where all those drivers are running. As we have a look at Barnes here, getting pushed by the newly fixed Hinson. So Winkfield's not here tonight, but Janek having a decent run up in 8th. Andrew Allen finds himself in 6th position. He's doing what he has to do. Barnes back in 25th. That is going to blow up the cut line, as Holston is 5th, so he's going to gain all those spots. Wilson is 7th. That's going to hurt Barnes as well. John Ullman is 4th. That's going to hurt Barnes. And Joshua Gillen is, of course, in 23rd. So your new order would be Winkfield, Janik, Holston, Wilson, Ullman, and then Barnes. So that is scary for the driver of the 27 and the driver of the 10. Going to be must win when they get to, I believe, Martinsville next week, if I'm not mistaken. I'll get corrected on that in my ear if I'm wrong about that one, but yeah, it's getting to be winner. It's getting to be a must-win situation for some drivers here as we close in to the end of this one. SB and Co, they're only 5 seconds back, and they're catching up about half a second per lap, although we only got 5 laps to the pit stop. Might be too little too late to catch the second group. As Allen again, actually Allen, they're way off the pace. Yeah, they're running 51.0s. This group 50.5, the leader 50.1 on the stopwatch. They finally found the secret sauce here as Janik got kicked out of line. That's not going to help the 71 at all. As we are in the window to make it to the end, although we are not green, white, checker safe if we were to get a late caution. So it's a little too early to pit here. Probably run this tank out, as this group's going to work around Janik. That's another able drafter to help them. Might be able to slide in here closer to the front half of this group. Might be right behind Kime here. Kime might be shuffled out, in fact. The move Janik now to 12th, that shakes up the cut line even a little bit more. Had a big points lead coming in as somebody had a problem back here. Somebody got spun as we can now see Andrew Allen. And there's Jose Medina again. 18 having a tough run. 95 way off the pace. That's not helping. It's only 2 seconds now separating 6th and 7th versus SB in 8th. Here's a look at a replay here. Oh, Moyer went to go block, and then just up and doored the guy and spun him. Not really sure what the thought process was there, but around goes the 95, and that's what that smoke was. Yeah, wow. No caution below the double yellow, but yeah, that's a frustrating incident. Is look at this, the second group has caught the first group. The burnt orange car of SB closing in rapidly on the back bumper of Isaac Wilson. This will change everything. Points, but also gives all these drivers a fighting chance to the finish. Now what they have to do is have a great pit stop, as SB's going to go try and lead this group. Pollock going to try and follow him through. I don't think they're going to get there. Pollock falls in behind. I think SB's going to drop down as well. Maybe. Yes, SB will drop down. As now we only have about 2 laps left on this run, but let's see what the lap time maybe looked like if they can get it wound up properly. As Holston now the leader, I think Hautala hit pit road. Hit pit road. Yes, they did. Good efficient pit entry here. That's going to be what the doctor ordered. Ooh, that's a fast pit entry for Wilson. Oh, around goes the 33. Exactly what you can't have happen. Take him out of contention for this one, so long as we stay green. Holston and Kime stay out the extra lap. It's a land rush on pit road. Oh, the 96 through the box another time. Second time today. I think that's the 03 through the box as well. Not an efficient pit stop for most of these guys. What happened to SB? Was he speeding maybe? No, just a long stop. Now these guys all going to get grouped together up through the gears as fast as they can. Holston's on pit road. So is... Oh, Kime stays out, actually. Yeah, Holston was on his own. needed a lap led. Kime on pit road, leading that group. Hautala leads off of pit road. Quickly catching up. Hautala, Brock, and Bristow, but Ullman as well. And it's still a 14-second gap back to Isaac Wilson and Evan Janik. "13 laps to go. Anything can happen. But that's a big gap to make up. 14 seconds and 13 laps. I mean, we can do the math. Just over a second a lap would get you there, but that doesn't get you the lead. So this may be just a couple car battle to determine the winner. As Holston does an excellent job here, blending back on the racetrack. He's going to be part of this lead group now. Hautala, Brock, Bristow, Holston, Ullman. The drivers on the lead lap up in this group. Andy Berry as well in this one. I think that's, can't tell who that dark car is at the back. Well, that's Knopf Schneider. Those the drivers with the chance at the win should we stay green. A race dominated by Fast Living Motorsports. They've won both stages. They've by far led the most laps as a team today. Isaac Brock, I believe, claiming that crown, but Jackson Hautala definitely up there as well. And I mentioned the gap the 7 was giving to the second place car. Well, that's gone now. It is time to leave it all out there. We catch some lap traffic here. This Tier 1 setup shop, 300 at Talladega. It's about to get wild. Janik, Pollock, Allen, and Wilson, 6th through 9th. They've broken away. Something serious happened to the SB guys, the AER drivers. Schaub, Espy, Gill, Nelson spun, but they all must have taken tires or something. They lost a lot of ground, effectively giving the positions up that they had worked so hard to gain. Just about at 10 laps remaining from Talladega, 26 and change miles left at this immaculate facility. Here's a group led by Schaub. This is 10th position. Dwinell, Kime, and Espy in this quartet. Some drivers making as many as 8 pit stops today, some at 9. Christian Barnes has left the session. He's determined enough is enough here today. He will finish 26th. Very unfortunate day for one of those championship contenders. He's going to have an excellent race next week to make it into the final. Oh, we got drivers around and spun. The 13, I think that was Gavin Hinson. And there's another car in the grass as well. Where is the caution? There it is. Caution's out. Caution is out. Zach White's involved as well. Oh, this changes everything. Oh my goodness. That car is breaking the laws of physics. It's damaged so badly. What happened here? White just stopped in the grass. All right, so let's break this down. 13 getting pushed by the 39. 13 goes way up the racetrack, then comes back down, collects all 3 of them. Not really sure what happened there. Just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the 13 has had some issues with the steering wheel today, it seems. And there's another one right there into turn number 3. And yeah, that is absolutely going to change the outcome of this race. You can almost guarantee it. Yeah, so you see here the 13 way up the racetrack into the corner, and that's okay, but you can't come back down the racetrack. And Zach White nowhere to go. Yeah, lucky for that group of Janik and Allen and them, they didn't get a part of that as well because they were right beside it. But oh my, I cannot overstate that this changes everything. Shouldn't need tires here, shouldn't need fuel here. But now the entire pack is back together, and Jackson Hautala, Isaac Brock, Casey Bristow, Adam Holson, John Ullman are thinking, oh my goodness, we had this thing in the bag, top 5 guaranteed. And here we are having to battle everybody. And we've seen track position go by the wayside so fast. But we're going to take our final step aside before we hit the checker. Here for the Tier 1 Setup Shop 300 on the Precision Performance Network. Be back right after this. Back here on the Precision Performance Network. Tier 1 Setup Shop 300 at Talladega. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. We just about had this thing wrapped up. And then calamity struck in turn number 3. We're at the choose. Bottom. For a lot of drivers, Jack's going to gain a ton of track position here. We're still trying to figure out where they want to line up. Fuel is not a problem. 6 laps to go to determine who is going to win. Will it be a playoff driver punching their ticket into the next round, the final at Homestead, or will they have to go to Martinsville next week and make it happen? Only a few miles left to figure it out. Fast Living Motorsports has absolutely dominated this race. Hautala wins stage 1. I believe the Brock wins stage 2. Or they're flipped. I don't quite remember. Regardless, they both won stages. They've led pretty much all the laps here today. Casey Bristow has been a force as well for the AER conglomerate. Justin Miller, Isaac Wilson, part of the playoffs. Drivers trying like heck. Evan Janik wants that win to lock himself in. Although the points on his side, he might lock himself in anyway with a good finish here on points, but a win would absolutely take all doubt out of it. As in just under a mile, we're gonna find out when the green flag drops. We got the first clue to what this finish will look like. Be 5 to go at the stripe. Pace car dives in. Hautala, Janik on the front row. Slow roll into the restart zone. Late launch. Timed up well for Janik. Best jump the outside lane's got all day, and what a great time for it. And he's getting pushed by the most aggressive pusher in the field. That's Andrew Allen. Trying to do the work for the Precision Network. Pollock trying to be part of that group as well, leading. Trio on the outside lane, not quite enough though. As Janik is only up to third in the lane here. Can't quite get there. And wow, these pushes are all over the place. Seesawing left and right. This is how crashes happen. We get aggressive pushes. Oh, Bristol has to check up. This allows the middle lane a little bit of momentum. Here comes the top side with Pollock. What a run they have. Somebody bailed out of the group. That's Kime to lead the outside lane. It's going to be 3 wide here with 4 laps to go. Oh, Kime struggling to hold the line. Oh, just about got off center. Did the 96. And here comes Janik, slowly but surely up the running order. In the middle lane. The top 3 have broken away. Kime got shoved out of line. Even for the lead. Hautala and Janik. Off of turn number 4. Coming to 3. Oh, they're wrecking. SP's around. Big crash. Big crash. Kime's in it again. Caution out. We're going to have a green-white checker. Oh, Kime's still getting wrecked. Driver's not on the brake pedal. This wreck was 15 seconds ago. What is going on here? Let's go back here and get a good replay here from Black Diamond Designs. What caused this one? So we started off with SB, but there's Kime. He gets clipped by the 03. So Kime's got stopped middle of the racetrack, and then we got drilled by Knopfschneider. Oh man, he got annihilated by the 82. Wow. Yes, there's the 03, got a big hit. And Kime's just minding his own business. Got it locked down as you're supposed to. And here comes Knopfschneider. Just boom. Oh man, that'd kill a guy if this is real life. Holy cow. Let's go back to SP and see what caused this accident. If you don't mind, Mr. Producer, DJ Lyons. Or is it DJ Lion? I want to get your name right. Anyway. Oh, it got up to the back bumper of Pollock. Got him in a bad spot, had to lift. And just not the time to lift. Gil got into the back of him, and again, boom. Oh man, that gets you every time. You got nailed. Oh, okay. Well, that's a big one. That is a big one. Kime's probably done for the day, I would imagine. Should finish about 16th. No, he's going to fall back even further now. Kime probably finishing 22nd-ish. I think that car is done for the day. That is a tough break for him. But now we got 3 to go. 3 laps remain. Here at Talladega, Janik is the leader. Remember, this driver was a lap down in last earlier in this race. Used the faster pair very early after getting caught up in an accident. Wow, what a rebound. And Andrew Allen, Mr. Restrictor Plate, leading a Precision-sponsored car, 1, 2, 3, not all teammates, of course, but they're still running terrific today. Jackson Hautala won a stage, led a ton of laps. Isaac Brock won a stage, led a ton of laps. Casey Bristow in 6 has been fast all day long. Adam Holston, one of the Championship 8 drivers. Justin Schaub showing a little muscle late in the race. John Ullman trying to get some more points. And Keith Dwinell, still new on the circuit, running in the 10th position. We should be seeing here the choose. This, of course, going to have serious implications for what happens at the end of this race. Do we see more cautions? Do we see green to the end? Hard to tell. I'd like to think we go green to the end and we get a photo finish across the line. That obviously would be ideal. Doesn't always work out in the perfect world, though, as we all know. I imagine Janik chooses the bottom here. You have to. If you're the leader, I imagine you're going to want to pick that bottom lane. Protect yourself against the outside run. Make the 96 go around you the long way. No, Janik takes the top. No, it goes to the bottom at the last minute. They all go to the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to give Wilson an opportunity to sneak by and take a bunch of positions. There you can see laps led there. Brock with 50, Hautala with 27. That's a lot of this race led by those 2 drivers. Could Wilson pull a massive upset? He should already get in, not get in, he should already be above the cut line on points. If we can get that graphic up on the screen one more time here. Based on how Barnes has run, see Isaac Wilson -4 with Adam Holston. Holston and Wilson beside each other, so they're effectively fighting for that final spot. They'd be 4 and 5, as Barnes is finishing near dead last tonight. Actually, he will finish dead last 26th this evening. But what if one of those drivers pulls out a win? What if Andrew Allen gets a win tonight? That would lock him in. Janik could lock himself in, although he's effectively probably in already with the points should he finish the race up here near where he's running. Yeah, there's a lot that could change here in the final 3 laps. Unbelievable. Could cut the tension with a spoon. Pace car. Gonna veer left. Take those iRacing logos off the racetrack and leave it in the hands of Janik and Wilson, Allen and Holston, Hautala and Ullman. Inside line already together, already pushing, and we launch. Oh, the outside did not go. Oh man. 2 car length lead already, make it 3. Wilson down to the bottom, thinks that's the best move to get the best finish here tonight. Ullman drops out of line 2, Holston all by himself. No friends for Adam Holston right now as Janik getting the push of his life from the 96. When does Allen make the move? They gotta get to the flag first. The flag would end the race. If they get to the white, then whether it's a caution or a checker, as there is no outside lane, someone's gonna have to step up and be aggressive here. Who makes the move? There it is, Holston to the outside. Is it enough time? Bristow going to lead that line potentially. The white flag is flying. One more lap for Evan Janik. Does Janik go out and win another race this year? It's been a great season. Allen right behind him. He wants to punch his ticket. Hautala wants the glory. Down the backstretch for the final time this evening. Into turn number 3. The field starts to break apart. Allen backs up to get the run. This could be all he needs. A little too far out in front for Janik. Here comes the run to the bottom of the racetrack. Nobody home. Top of the racetrack. Drag race. Andrew Allen gets the win at Talladega. Oh my goodness, what a finish. Oh, that was telegraphed, that move. Played it perfectly. My goodness, Andrew Allen gonna be your winner here tonight. The Tier 1 setup shop 300 from Talladega Super Speedway. Got that win by 6/100ths of a second. That's about the distance between the front bumper and the back of the 6. Unbelievable finish here this evening. Evan Janik in second. Jackson Hautala finishes in the 3rd position. My goodness, look at this run to the finish here. Got the side draft, gave him a little bit of a bump for good measure. And then 71 just kind of died on the run. And that's the gap. And winner, 96. Andrew Allen, your winner here tonight. As we watch the 96 punch his ticket to Homestead. We're going to take a quick step aside, return with results, interviews from your top 3, and our final thoughts here from Talladega as we set it up for Martinsville next week. And one driver doesn't have to worry about anything next week is Andrew Allen, and oh boy, you can tell the excitement by how fast those rear wheels spin. We'll be back in just a minute. Back here on the Precision Production Network for the Tier 1 setups. 300 here from Talladega. Just concluded in what was an incredible finish. Andrew Allen getting the win by 6/100ths of a second on the last lap pass in the tri-oval over Evan Janik. Jackson Hautala finishes in 3rd after leading a ton of laps here tonight. Isaac Wilson, great run in 4th. John Ullman, another playoff hopeful, in 5th. Isaac Brock in 6th. Bristow matching the car number finishes P7 tonight. Keith Dwinell in the 8th position. Adam Holston is 9th. Aaron Espy fought a lot of adversity. He will finish in 10th this evening. 11th tonight, Brad Nelson in the 33. Alex Pollock finishes in 12th after what was an eventful day for sure. Joshua Gillen, what a rebound. That driver was a lap down, looking at a 20th place finish. Winds up in 13th to help him out for Martinsville next week. Justin Schaub in 14th. Michael Cole, pole sitter, finishes 15th, one lap down. 16th to be Justin Miller in the 95 here. David Moyer 17th. Ryan Leclerc in 18th. Jose Medina 19th. And Reggie Kime rounds out the top 20. 21st, Gavin Hinton never could get it up off the ground here today. Jared Knopfschneider finishes 22nd. Stephen Gill 23rd. Zach White, Andy Berry, Christian Barnes caught up in an accidents. They will finish 24, 25, and 26 here tonight. Now time for interviews with your top three, starting off with your winner. It's going to be Andrew Allen. Andrew, it's Morgan and DJ up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, boys.
Well, I said earlier in the race, road courses and super speedways, that's where the 96 shines. You've been one of the best and most consistent on the super speedways over the last 8 to 10 of these in all of the Mystic series. You finally punched your ticket here at Talladega in the Cup Series. What does this one mean to you?
Oh, a whole lot. After the luck we've had recently, this one means a lot. It gets us into the championship four. It's our first time as a team being represented in the championship four in any series or in any league. So this is a big one for us, and even bigger for me because I was able to pull it off. And I don't know how. I shouldn't have even finished that race.
And I want to take it back to the team aspect for a minute. You touched on it. You guys were unbelievable tonight. I mean, you led almost every lap as a team. You won both stages as a team. I mean, what did you guys do to prepare for this one? Because you were on it all night tonight.
Honestly, we didn't do much to prepare. It was a lot of conversation. This is more of a conversation track and a mental track more than a physical practicing track. Obviously, you do have to practice a little bit with the drafting and bumping and being pushed. But outside of that, it's just all mental. It's being there mentally to know what's going on in front of you, to know what's happening behind you as well, and also the strategy. Strategy definitely played a big part in tonight.
Absolutely. Well, here in Sofa News Victory Lane, 2 weeks before the big event in Homestead, Miami, you get to basically take Martinsville off. You don't have to really worry about it with the win. How many laps are you going to turn between now and Homestead?
Depends. For Homestead, a lot. I definitely want to be more prepared for that race than any other race. But I do love Martinsville. I do want to go out there and win that one too. I should have won it earlier this season, but we all know how that went. So yeah, I mean, today Dega, next week at Martinsville, both really good tracks for us, and I think we got a good shot at the championship. That was a good track for us earlier in the year as well.
All right, a lot of confidence coming out of the 96 camp right now. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for the big win here at Talladega?
Yeah, Precision Speed Solutions, great setups, great guys every week. PrecisionSetups.gg, get your setups there. How to Let Designs for great paint schemes every week. We had 5 of them tonight. I'm sure you guys all saw every paint scheme. If you guys need a paint scheme, reach out to Jackson. And Fast 11 Motorsports, everyone back at the team. If you guys ever want to join an endurance team, let me know. I am actively looking for people. We got the Conspit 24-hour races coming up, so we are looking for some people to run some cars for us.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win. That's your winner tonight. Andrew Allen from Sofa News, Victory Lane. We're going to move to second on the running order, and it's going to be just a little bit short for Evan Janik. Evan, Morgan and DJ up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, off of turn 4, you had it. Out of the tri-oval, it was close. Start-finish line, about a car length short. What could you have done differently to end up in Victory Lane here this evening?
Yeah, I probably could have thrown a more aggressive block, but with those, you just never know if you're going to clear them or not, and you try to race people with respect. So Just tried to get back to his door to side draft him, and he had such a run, I couldn't really do anything. Let him get too far out, or I got too far out in front and allowed him to get that big run. But with how the race started, can't be disappointed with P2.
Yeah, I mean, you were at one point last, a lap down, if I'm not mistaken. And here you are, finishing second. Had a shot at winning it, but again, you didn't really need the win. I think you have effectively pointed your way in, if I'm not mistaken, to Homestead. I'm not 100% sure on the numbers, which are pretty darn close, I would think. So, I mean, you did everything you had to do here today. Is it bittersweet the way that the race ended, or is it all positive from the Evan Janik camp?
Yeah, tonight was kind of a nightmare. Having to balance real racing and not. I was at the local short track getting ready for practice and had to leave early to jump on here, which is why I got the EOL for missing the drivers' meeting. So, really just happy with P2, to be honest with you. I really hate these kinds of tracks for reasons you saw earlier in the race, just getting caught up and stuff. So, it was a lot of fun racing for the win there and racing with everybody. So, P2 on a play track, really not too disappointed with that.
Yeah, definitely not. On to Martinsville next week. How are we feeling about the paperclip?
Really good actually. I won in the Fall Creek Plumbing Series in the spring and had the fastest car there. I feel like, and just got caught up in some of the lap car stuff. So, plan on practicing with the 5-Star Racing group like we normally do, and hopefully gonna be have a strong run.
Awesome. Well, we got you up here. P2 tonight. Anyone you want to thank or shout out? Well, we have the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks to the Precision Group. Thank you to 5-Star Racing. Everybody that goes into this, it's had our ups and downs this year, but it's been a lot of fun. And thank you to you guys for putting on the broadcast.
You bet. Thank you for your time, Evan. Congratulations with P2.
All right, thanks.
That's Evan Janik, second place finisher here tonight. And then there was one, and that driver finished in the third position here tonight. Jackson Hautala, Morgan and DJ up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right. Well, we talked to you earlier in the show after winning one of the stages. You led a bunch of laps here tonight. How disappointing was it that caution came out with about 5 to go?
Yeah, it felt like we had it in the bag there. Happy to push Andrew to the win there. That was exciting for sure. Hope everybody at home enjoyed that finish, but yeah, happy with the P3. Wish it was the win.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're not in the playoff fight right now, so helping a teammate in the playoff fight, probably the second best thing you can do besides getting the trophy for yourself. I mean, you mentioned you pushed the 96 to the win. Was there anything you could have done different to get that opportunity to get the win, or was it really just in that moment, I'm going to push the 96 and whatever happens, happens?
Yeah, at that point when we, me, the 21 and the 96, we all just decided, hey, we're going to do our best to push Andrew to the win here. That's his best shot. Honestly, trophies are cool, but getting a championship, that's for the team. Always for the team.
Yeah, for sure. Big trophy pay more. So yeah, I think that's the right call on that one. So great job being a good teammate here tonight. And I mean, from your perspective, obviously out front a lot tonight. How much fun was it to be out here at Talladega this evening?
Yeah, it was probably the most fun I've had at a plate race in a very long time. Usually I can run up front and halftime I get taken out. Happy that didn't happen this week. But yeah, myself, Andrew, and Isaac, I feel like we led quite a few laps tonight. I feel like we were definitely the cars to beat.
You were.
Yeah, just happy to move on to Martinsville.
For sure. And I mean, yeah, all I got to say is just well done tonight. The whole team had a great effort and did a really great job here at Talladega, the big super speedway. And while you're up here, time to say you have the floor. Whatever you want to say, shout people out, praise, berate. Your choice is yours. What do you got for us?
Yeah, big shout out to Precision Speed Solutions. I think we finished house drivers. We finished 1, 2, 3 tonight, so that's always cool. Definitely go check them out. We got great setups. Hautala Designs, we're putting great paints out on the week. every week. And just big shout out to Fast Living Motorsports. We seem to be hard to beat on these big tracks. We're going to go to Martinsville. One of us is getting a win. I'm calling it here.
All right, well, we'll see it right here next week on the Precision Performance Network. Good luck next week in Martinsville.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
That third place finisher tonight, Jackson Hautala. Didn't mention the paint schemes, though. No, he didn't. Hautala Designs. Check him out. I'm sure he wanted to say that. Anyway, those are your top 3 finishers. And next week, went from the biggest track on the circuit to the smallest. We're going to go to Martinsville, Virginia to see who is going to punch their ticket into the Final Four at Homestead for the Mystic Racing League. I mean, what a fun one we had here tonight. Technical difficulties to start the race. We got it up here for you, and it was a fun one here tonight. So, I mean, great stuff. I got to give a big shout out to DJ Lyon for pushing the buttons, making sure this thing gets on the air. And I've been Morgan Cook here filling in for this one-off event. And I thank everyone at Mystic Racing League for allowing us the opportunity to do this. All the admins that make it possible. Brandon Willard, Octane Outlaws for their Cup Series. It's just been a good one. Tier 1 Setup Shops for sponsoring the race. Yeah, check us out next time. Same time, same place at Martinsville next week.
Are you ready? Whoa, 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 whoa. I said, are you ready? Whoa, 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 whoa. I said, are you ready? Are you ready for the Mystic Racing League?